The name of the game is nothing other than thinking in your favor more than you don't. All right. What's up, y'all? If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tierica, and I like to post videos about the law of assumption, manifestation, and mindset shifting, sharing my own personal beliefs and experiences with the intention that you can take something from what I talk about and apply it to your life to create the reality of your dreams. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So you want to manifest two desires on a time crunch. Let me tell you how to do it. So, first of all, little disclaimer, I have definitely manifested things on a time crunch. Like, I've needed things by a certain day, and I have absolutely manifested them. Now, I've only manifested one thing at a time, but that does not mean that I cannot tell you how to manifest multiple things on a time crunch. If you are somebody who has done this personally, I would love for you to leave your success story in the comments if you don't mind, just to add encouragement for others so they can read your story, gain motivation from it. You can include your affirmations, your process, whatever. You can share whatever you feel called to share. But just because I haven't experienced it doesn't mean that I can't talk you through it. So let me go ahead and tell you basically what you're going to do if you are in this situation, right? So in this video, I'm basically just going to give you a step-by-step process on what that will look like for you. And I can guarantee you, if you follow it, you will, of course, manifest both of your desires in the time crunch that you need it by, okay? So step one, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to be clear on what it is that you want. All right. When you're clear on what it is that you want or what it is that you're needing, you're basically just writing a new story for yourself. So take some time to sit down and really just write out this new story, because right now I can guarantee you that you are persisting unintentionally, but you're persisting in a story that is more so like, how am I going to get these things by this day? How can I make both of these things happen? I need them. How is it going to be possible for me? How much work am I going to have to do? You know, all of these questions that you're asking yourself. And again, it's probably unintentional because it's coming from your ego. It's coming from your natural state of things possibly not working out for you, or you possibly not being able to experience certain things. So you have to let go of that story. You have to let go of that story. Like, to manifest things on a time crunch, in my own personal experience, you have to be diligent. Just like my video yesterday, like, you have to discipline yourself and you have to be consistent. There's no room for you to dwell, to waver. And even if you do, it's okay. You're just going to have to tell yourself only your positive thoughts manifest, only the positive things manifest into your reality. You only have positive thoughts. Like, that's what you're going to have to tell yourself. And the more you persist in it, you know, those negative thoughts will just like vanish on their own. They're not going to feel like they are overwhelming you or, you know, dragging you down. But sit down and be clear on what it is that you need. What do you want? Like, what is the day that you need it by? What is the exact thing that you are manifesting? And really just write that new story, okay? You can write it as if it's going to happen. You can write it as if it's already happened, which is my personal favorite. I have, yes, manifested things as if it's going to happen and as it's happened. And I've just noticed that me manifesting it as it's already happened, for me, works a lot better and faster. It's easier for me to accept it that way versus, okay, I'm going to get it, but then there's a process and I have to work through, you know, all these things, whatever. So I want to think of like an example for y'all that, you know, you will be manifesting two things that are both equally important that you need to manifest on a time crunch, maybe money and getting into a specific university, right? Like, you need to get into this specific university by a certain time, and you need a specific amount of money by a certain time. So what you're going to do is write it out as if you've manifested the money already, how easy it was for you to manifest the money. You manifested it on the exact date that you needed it by, and you do the same thing for like your acceptance letter into the university or whatever it is that you're manifesting, right? Write it out as if you've already manifested it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let go of the old story. The old story is what you're currently thinking right now, how, you know, it may not work for you. How am I going to make this possible? What loops and holes am I going to have to jump through to get this desire? Like, let the old story go. You have to completely unassociate yourself with that old story, because You can't exist in two realities at one time, all right? You can't exist in the reality where you have everything and then where you don't have everything. You have to pick a side. And that's just my own opinion. Pick a side. So you're going to pick the side where your story is how you want it to be and how it goes. Now, step two is super simple. Find a technique that works for you. What is your manifestation technique? What is the way that you are going to saturate your mind with this idea of you having these things by this specific time being true? Are you going to visualize it and really experience it in your mind? Are you going to meditate on it? Which, even if you're just sitting and focusing for like 15 minutes and saying your affirmations over and over, and you're closing your eyes and you're shutting out everything, to me, that's still a meditation. Are you going to listen to subliminals? Are you going to listen to subliminals and affirm? Are you going to record your affirmations and listen to them all day long? Like, figure out what is your manifestation technique. Everybody is different. Things work better for other people. Please do not go searching what is the best manifestation technique, because that person who is telling you that it's the best manifestation technique, it is because that is from their own personal experience. You need to have your own personal experience, which means you need to figure out what works best for you. And the way you can figure that out is what comes most natural to you, what feels the best, what feels really good. Like me, I love meditation and I love listening to my subliminals while I'm affirming. Those two feel so good to me. I also love to visualize. And I would say those are like my top three. Now, once you have your technique in place of what you're going to do to saturate your mind with this idea being true, now it is time for you to lock in, my love. Like, you have to lock in. And locking in looks different for everybody. All right. If it's me personally and I'm locking in, this is what I'm doing. Soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm spending my first 30 minutes affirming. And either I'm listening to my subliminal and affirming, or I'm just simply affirming. Then when I get up, as I'm making my bed, as I'm, cleaning up, getting dressed, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, all of that, I am affirming and listening to my subliminals. And I am affirming and affirming. And I am talking to myself, having a conversation with myself with the idea of this being true. After that, I end up working, doing something, whether I'm recording videos, working on clients. So, of course, I have to be present in the moment for those things. But if I have a client that is being quiet or goes to sleep, I put my subliminals on again and I start affirming again. Same story, affirming, affirming. Once I'm done with my work for the day, now I'm either cooking or I'm already prepared my food, so I'm warming up my food to eat. And while I'm doing that, headphones are on, subliminals are playing, and I'm affirming, 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 affirming. When I start to clean up the kitchen, I'm affirming as well. Then when I'm done with everything, I may sit down, cut off all distractions, still keep my subliminals playing, and I'm going to set a timer for whatever I have time for, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I'm either going to sit down, lie down, whatever, and I'm going to affirm. And this is like my meditation part. So I'm going to affirm my affirmations over and over and over again. Okay. Then after my timer goes off, I'm getting up. I may watch a couple of videos. And even if they're talking in the video and I catch myself thinking, then I'm affirming. After that, I'm taking a shower, getting ready for bed. I am affirming. And then once I get in the bed and I'm on my way to sleep, guess what? I am affirming. So for me personally, I have a lot of free time. Like, I live by myself, so I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of space to just think if I'm not being present doing things, if I'm not working or whatever, then I have a lot of time to be present. So I do like to just affirm, because you're thinking thoughts anyway. You're always thinking, unless you reach points where you're not thinking, which does happen sometimes for me. Like, I do catch myself where I'm not thinking or anything. But if you are always thinking and you're always thinking all day long, like science tells you, you think about 60,000 thoughts a day. So if you're thinking that many thoughts a day, why don't you just choose what you're going to think? Be diligent, be consistent with the thoughts that you're thinking, because the only way you got to the reality that you're in right now is being diligent and consistent in the thoughts that did not serve you. That's how you got to the reality that you're in now, whether it was an unconscious thing or a conscious thing, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's how you got there. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Now it's time for you to change it. And the way that you change it is affirming a different story. If you really be honest with yourself and tap in, cut off your distractions and really just focus, that is how you make it work every single time. And of course, in the beginning, for certain things, yes, you do have to be very diligent. You have to be very consistent, very disciplined, and you have to saturate and focus, and affirm, especially if it's things that you already have like an emotional resistance to, or you can tell when you're labeling something as this is hard for me, or this is going to take some work and some effort for me. Manifestation is a natural thing. You're naturally thinking throughout your day. You are naturally selecting thoughts. You are naturally deciding on things. So that's all you're doing here, but you're just doing it at a more rapid pace where you are filling yourself up with the things that serve you and benefit you. And like, what can you lose? There's nothing wrong with affirming majority of your day, or doing your technique or whatever majority of your day to benefit you. And even if you are a person who doesn't like affirming and you just want to visualize, or you just want to script, even outside of those times, when you catch yourself thinking about whatever your desires are that you're manifesting on a time crunch, be sure to think in your favor. The name of the game is nothing other than thinking in your favor more than you don't. All right. You have been so accustomed to thinking opposite of that. You think so many thoughts that are not in your favor on a daily basis until you become aware that your thoughts create. You're the one that is in control of your reality. You're the one orchestrating everything. Okay, your higher self, you are a part of source. You're a part of all that there is. You are part of creation. So everything that you are deciding on is orchestrating your reality. It is materializing things into your reality. So really just being diligent and locking in is where you're going to see the most benefit. And yes, you may have opposing thoughts that come up. You may have worries that come up, but it's okay. As long as you continue thinking in your favor, those thoughts diminish. They go away. It's okay. There's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot make happen for yourself. And if you would just prove it to yourself one time, prove it to yourself one time. You have specific things that you want to manifest by a specific time. Prove it to yourself that you can do this. And once you prove it to yourself, guess how much easier manifestation becomes? Because now you have created a belief that, yes, I can. I absolutely can. So the next time you need to manifest something on a time crunch, or you want to manifest something that you really need, guess what? It's going to be so much easier the next time around because you proved it to yourself that you could do it. And you did it by creating a new story, choosing your technique that you want to persist in and saturate your mind with the idea of it being true, and then being diligent and disciplined enough to persist in it every single day, no matter what. It doesn't matter what your 3D shows you. It doesn't matter what somebody says to you. It does not matter, because that is no longer your reality. And for that reality to no longer exist for you, the reality where what you need is not available, for that to no longer exist, your attention has to come off of it. You cannot continue to focus on it. You cannot continue to pick apart the reality that is in front of you and wonder why things are not there and things are not working, because those are manifestations in itself. Why is this not here? Why is it not working? Those are instant manifestations, babe. Because again, you're instantly manifesting the things that are most natural to you. And if your state is in a state of things don't go your way, you don't get what you want, or you have to work hard, that's what's going to instantly manifest for you. So to get to a different reality, a different state, a different perspective, you persist. So you can get anything that you want by a specific day. Tell yourself you did it. And I mean, really tell yourself that you did it. Like, be your own cheerleader. Of course, I manifested this by the day that I needed. It was so easy for me to manifest this by the day that I needed. Like, I can manifest anything that I want on a time crunch because it's so easy for me. Talk to yourself in that way. Like, be your biggest cheerleader, okay? Tell yourself that it's done. You did it. It's so easy, how simple it was. Because again, you're always going to get what you persist in. So I intend that this video helps you. I want you to lock in, okay? Let go of that old story. And from this point moving forward, you are the person who manifested whatever you desire, however many desires it is, by the time that you needed it by. I want you to realize this, okay? I want you to realize that you are the person who can manifest any single thing that you desire. It doesn't matter how big, how small, how easy, how hard it is. It doesn't matter how many things that you need to manifest. You can do anything. There are no limitations. There are no rules. Nobody can tell you what you can or cannot do other than yourself or who you give your power to. So if you need multiple desires by a certain time, then be the person who already manifested them because it was so easy for you. All right. Create your affirmations for those two desires or multiple desires individually. So when thoughts of them come up, you can affirm that you already have them. You can create an umbrella information like everything in my life is so perfect. I have everything that I desire. Everything worked out perfectly for me. Everything worked out by the time I needed it to. Like pick a umbrella affirmation as well that you can also carry on with you throughout your day that you can persist in. And other than that, just remind yourself of how powerful that you are and how you can make anything happen because you absolutely can and you absolutely will. All right. So if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. If you would like assistance or guidance with your manifestations, I do offer phone call and email coaching. The link for both of those is in the description below. If you would like to join my members only section, we have a 30-day challenge going on right now where I am doing personalized challenges. You give me your desire, your favorite manifestation techniques, and I will curate a personalized 30-day challenge for you with a routine, affirmations, and any other information that you may need. That's available for both tiers. So I have a creator circle and I have a group coaching tier. So if that is something that you're interested in, the link is in the description below. If YouTube membership is not available in your country, don't worry because I do have a Patreon as well, so you can join on either one. And if you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.